and gross commissions, all from Pink Sheet Stock, boys! And to celebrate with our weekly act of debauchery, I have offered our lovely sales assistant, Danielle Harrison here, $10,000!
Hey guys, it's DJ Wonder Chrissy, and it's early Monday morning. We're getting a little sprinkles here, but the birds are out here with me. And I hope you had a blessed weekend. It was an awesome weekend. We're going to get rain here all day today, so I decided to get out early, shoot my video, and bring you guys the daily news. We got a lot of news, some updates. Let's start first. Yeah, you know how we talk about EV vehicles all the time. Locally in a town, probably about an hour from here, called Round Lake, there was an accident last week involving a Tesla. The Tesla was hit in the front and also the back. The driver was rendered unconscious when the firefighters arrived. There was a fire going on, and according to the reports in the paper, it took 2 hours and 10,000 gallons of water to extinguish the Tesla battery fire. So there you go. I mean, would normally, a little fender bender or 2-car accident takes 2 hours and 10,000 gallons of water. No, the rain is starting to come down. We'll see if we can make this video all the way through. It's not looking good, folks. So the other one is to Bud. Let's talk about the Bud Light fiasco. It just continues to grow. They reported their quarterly earnings about a week ago, and it actually, because it's an international company, they had increased their prices in Argentina and maybe Brazil and maybe China to accommodate the 30% sales loss in the United States. So in the end, this company, InBev, actually made a profit. But they did admit that they lost 30% of sales in the United States, and they at least admitted to that. Well, here's a picture in Sturgis, which was happening, I believe, last week or the week before. And the Bud Light wholesale distributor there has been a sponsor of Sturgis for at least 10 years. And there's a picture on the internet of their tent at Sturgis where they're selling Bud Light and Bud products, and no one is there. Literally no one. So take a look at this picture, and these are classic pictures. This is I'm not buying Bud or Bud products. It's at this point it's humorous, it's funny, and I don't think that Bud is going to survive this, and that's what we're hearing in the media too, is that this is irreversible at this point, and they're going down for the count. So be lucky of what you asked for, and this is what Bud asked for, as they made some foolish marketing moves, and they got what they deserve. So that's all I have to say on that. Okay, so let's talk about the banks, guys. Late last week I saw where Moody had downgraded maybe 6 or 7 banks. Actually happened last Monday, and kind of got covered up by the media. They didn't really get it out until the end of the week, and then when I found the report, it's actually worse than that. So this isn't being reported on very widely, and some of these banks, little bit of caution here, because a lot of these that were downgraded are good size regional banks, right? Which we expect, but these are good size banks. These are not on the smaller side. These are the larger mid-sized banks that they downgraded. So here's a list of the ones they downgraded. There's 2, 4, 6. There's 10 that they downgraded. The first one is Commerce Bank Shares. The next one is BOK Financial Corporation. The next one is M&T Bank Corporation, Old National Bank Corp, Prosperity Bank Shares, Amarillo National Bank Corp, Webster Financial Corporation, and Fulton Financial Corporations. Two more that were downgraded, Pinnacle Financial Partners and Associated Bank Corp. I also saw Associated is really big in the Milwaukee, Wisconsin area. They're starting to close down branches up there, so I did see that in the news last week. And then also on top of it, there's 6 banks that are under review by Moody's for possible downgrades. Bank of New York, Mellon, that's a big one. Northern Trust, State Street Corporation, that's a big one. Cullen Frost Bankers, Truist Financial Corporation, and U.S. Bank Corp. Those are. I'll hear some more that are going to be potentially downgraded. Regions Financial, Cadence Bank, FNB Corporation, Simons First National, Ally Financial, and Bank OZK. So there's like another list of 10 that potentially be put to negative. So big list there, folks. Big list. Some of these are pretty large institutions, and that doesn't mean good things for these banks. So as we talked about in another video recently, that in 2008 things hit the fan in the late September time frame. So I don't know. Things are getting kind of dicey here. It says here, U.S. Bank is the 19th largest by assets. Wow. Yeah, that's getting crazy in the banking industry, but like I said, the funny part is this stuff is getting buried in the media. It's not getting out there, so help us get the word out there so people are aware, that potentially these banks are gonna see a run on them. They're gonna see money move out. Worst case scenario, the FDIC will come in and put them in receivership and try to figure it out. I'm sure it's a lot of, like I said, a lot of these are large regional banks, and I'm sure it's related to commercial real estate, which, I keep hearing about it, across the nation. I'm reading about it here in Chicago more and more, where office buildings are crumbling. They're being handed back to the banks, and the banks don't really know what to do. And as I talked about too in a couple of videos ago, there was an auction. Somebody had an auction about 2-3 weeks ago. They had a nice property in the West Fulton Market area of west side of Chicago, which is a nice area, very nice area, up and coming area, and also Oak Brook in the Oak Brook Center area. And both of the people that had the auction were thinking about nullifying the results, because the auction produced like half of the money that they were looking for the property. So the auction was very low. They came away with a price that really was low, half of what the owners had wanted. So they were thinking about nullifying the results and maybe doing something else with the property, or I guess having another auction. So things are getting kind of out of hand with commercial real estate. There again, you don't notice it because, when the keys get turned in, it's not like they close the doors of the building. The building's still there. It's still running. I'll bet most of these, what I'm hearing, 30% emptiness is kind of the standard in these buildings. So I'm hearing like out in California it's worse, but Around here, I'm hearing, after the buildings are 30% empty, problems start happening. So, also go look at it. I did a video, I'll probably link it in here, about the CBMS and how that all works and why this is happening. And basically it's related to, they have to refinance these buildings every 5 to 7 years. And now that some of these regional banks, they have tons of this stuff on their books, and they're finding out that these buildings aren't worth what they were maybe 5-7 years ago. And somebody's got to either come up with money to bridge the gap, or someone's got to write off the loss. So, and I'm sure these banks can't afford to be writing off losses, because when that happens, it shows up on your books. And then when it gets reported to Wall Street, all sorts of weird stuff happens. Okay, so that's all I have for today. I think we'll end it there. Be careful where you put your money. I mean, I've seen these banks on the Schwab CD list in the last couple of months, so they're obviously having liquidity issues. But as I say, I've been doing CDs, 30-day CDs for the last year and a half, and I might loan these guys some money for 30 days, but not much more than that. And I also make sure that it's less than the FDIC insured amount, which is $250K. So, it's getting dicey out there, folks. Be prepared. Already got the grocery list started for today. Susie-Q and myself are going to be heading to Aldi's. We'll be stocking up on some more food and canned goods for the month. And we're getting ready to head into fall. Hope you're enjoying the channel. We did some car show filming over the weekend at the All Pontiac Tiger Club over in Crystal Lake. Oh my gosh, there was hundreds of Pontiacs over there. We'll be making some videos out of that. Met a lot of nice people, so hi to those folks that we met. Thanks for checking out the channel. It's DJ Wonder Chrissy, over and out.